My biggest piece of advice, or most important piece of advice, would be plan your career. Plan, plan, plan. I have a personal plan, a business plan, and a career plan always, and I reviewed them constantly. My plan used to start with, how am I going to pay for raising these kids? I need more money. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to have a house, I'm going to give them a decent life, I'm going to need this much money. How am I going to get it? And sitting back and going on the benefit wasn't an option. I would never have got there. So I knew, first part of my plan, stay and work. Second part of my plan, find better jobs, climb, get more. Each job that comes up that has a better salary, ask whether it's got a better salary. Look at the paper, ring up about other jobs.
Skills, I can teach a skill. I can't change how you see the world. So if somebody has the potential and the ability to learn and knows that they don't know it all, so for all those teenagers out there that think they know it all, I'm looking for those that realise that they don't, and a willingness to learn and take on board what those around them have learned through their lives. So attitude and aptitude are absolutely the most critical.
I work in the emergency department in Nelson Hospital, and the number of alcohol-related incidents that we have is massive. I used to work in inner city Liverpool, and I don't think I saw quite the scope of pathos that I see here. And we live in this beautiful place, right? It's amazing. And yet, I see kids who, the fire's gone out in their eyes already. We drank when we were at uni as well. I drank a lot. But it didn't seem to be this hedonistic, this feeling of lack of hope, of lack of direction, of emptiness, of despair that I see in so many, particularly teenagers that I see. The things that bring them into hospital are bloody awful. The situations they get themselves into, the concurrent use of other drugs. It's almost like people have become sort of like barbarians. But I think they've always been like that. So maybe we're just picking them off the streets more effectively.
There were the odd occasions when I used to think, I've just got to get that last email out, and then I'd look around at my little daughter and she would be fast asleep in her walker, and I think, oh gosh, I'm such a bad mother. And sometimes I think it's our own expectation that we put ourselves, that we've got to be the superwoman, and that we won't ask for help or support, and that we just keep trucking on. You'd be surprised who will help out and who's only too happy to help out. Sometimes I don't think we talk enough, and that we try to hold on to things and do everything ourselves. So it's really important, and it might be a scream, and that's fine. It might be, a nice civil conversation, and that's good too.
Yes, I do check the Facebook page of people that I've shortlisted. I don't do it for the whole applicants for a job, but I will do it for those who are shortlisted. And 80% of employers do. We check the Facebook page, and 80% of employers of my generation, and we find it challenging to see images posted that you've posted or others have posted of you in compromising situations, whether it's drunk in the middle of the road or whatever it is, and we are making assumptions about the sort of values that you have based on the images that you're posting on your Facebook page that you're making public. So the advice is, if you want to do what you want to do, that's fine, but if you're taking photos of it or get yourself in positions where somebody else is taking photos of you, then just be mindful that that is actually not just broadcast everywhere, but in perpetuity. So it is up there forever. Don't do it. Don't have photos. Don't get yourself in that position where you are doing it. I understand that it's a social medium, but in which case close it off to a very small group of friends, and even that doesn't guarantee you, because if one of those people ends up not being a small group of friends or ends up sharing it outside. So the advice really is think about it, and to the extent that you can, make sure that you actually don't end up taking or being photographed in positions where you're going to regret it the next day.
I think that we've tried to do it all. So on the one hand, we're being told we've got all of these opportunities, so you have to take it. And on the other hand, you have this constant pressure of balancing family needs and work needs, and also you're supposed to look after yourself and be fit and look after your diet and so on and so forth, and have somehow a social life sitting in there somewhere as well, and your husband as well. So I think for my generation, it has been a generation where we have had those opportunities, and we've felt, well, I know that I personally have felt the need or the obligation to take all of those opportunities to the detriment of my own well-being. And I'm just hoping the next generation find a better balance. That actually, do you know what, if you want to put your family first, guess what, that's absolutely okay. But if you want to put your career first, that is also okay. You don't have to do it all.